Hi, I'm Sarah with the Midwest Writing Center, sitting down today with Amie Whittemore, who is the author of four poetry collections. Most recently, this chapbook, Hesitation Waltz, out from Midwest Writing Center. Amie was the 2020-2021 Poet Laureate of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and an Academy of American Poets Laureate Fellow. Her poems have won multiple awards, including a Dorothy Sargent Rosenberg Prize, and her writing has appeared in Blackbird, Colorado Review, Terrain.org, Pleiades, and elsewhere. She teaches a workshop with us coming up here on November 8th called Writing Queer Joy. I'm going to read the description real quick, and then I'm going to start asking Amie questions. Joy is one of the most powerful acts of resistance we can harness. It nourishes us, connects us with others and with nature, reminds us why we must fight oppressive systems that seek to wear us out and shut us down. Together, we'll read poems and prose about queer joy and then write and share our own queer joy poems. This workshop is going to be Saturday, November 8th from 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time. It's online, so you don't have to be in Central Time to take the workshop. It's $30 for MWC members, $40 for non-members, and it's for writers of all writing levels, age 16 and up. Thank you for hanging out, Amie. Thank you for pitching this workshop. I know I need more queer joy in my life. Um, what well, I guess what inspired you to develop the workshop?
Yeah, well, first, thank you for talking with me today, Sarah. I'm so happy to talk about the workshop coming up. I think the inspiration for it came as we began 2025 under the current administration, and I was just feeling overwhelmed and angry and sad and all the things so many of us have been feeling for all of this year and thinking about like what's within my locus of control. And what I can do is talk about poems with people. And as someone who accesses joy fairly easily, I can also try to help others access that joy because I do think, as the description suggests, that joy is what feeds us and reminds us why we're in the fight to overcome all of these oppressive and terrible things that have been happening lately.
That's good. That's good catalyst as far as I can as far as I can figure. Um, that's lovely that you can access joy easily. I feel like that's something that is really easy to, I don't know, forget how to do. And I know for me, writing and reading are a really big part of keeping me. Um, what writers or writing, so sorry, that was going to be what do you read?
Mhm.
Or where do you put yourself when you're writing when you want to access joy or queer joy?
Mhm. Great question. I feel like it's a cliche at this point to say Ross Gay, but like Ross Gay is so the
I mean,
champion
if you
of
write books about joy,
right. Um, Ross Gay just he delivers, right? And he has such a wonderful way of thinking about delight and joy and thinking about them in terms of activism and of nourishment and connection with others. So certainly I read Ross Gay when I need a hit of joy. And then in terms of some queer writers that I go to, I really love Tiana Clark's work. Some of her newer poems really deal with the question of Black queer joy. Um, Nicole Brown, I think, is a poet both of grief and wonder. And I think wonder is like a cousin to joy. Often when we feel in awe of something, there is that joy and like, wow, the world is so wild that this is how a snail copulates or whatever thing she's writing about that um, delights my brain. So those are some authors just off the top of my head. You'll see more of them in the workshop if you're curious for more queer joy.
that's good. That's good. I never thought about the connection between wonder and joy, and that seems really obvious now that you've said it, but I can access wonder and I can't always access joy. Um, what do you want folks to know about like what to expect from your workshop?
Yeah, I guess I would say that it will be interactive. So come ready to like at least type into the chat. No pressure to do so, but I think it's always creates a warmer space when people are willing to share either a little bit of their work or their impressions of what we're reading. Um, be open-minded about the poems you encounter. You may not like all the poems I decide to share. That's okay. We can learn so much about the writing that doesn't resonate with us and how we want to write something differently or seek out writers who do X, Y, or Z. So I think coming with some open, curious, playful energy would serve you well. But also come as you are. If you are feeling kind of down and not super energetic, hopefully by the end of the class, you'll leave with a little bit more light in your step, so to speak.
Yeah, that's really important. I'm glad you said that because I wanted to make sure I added that like you are, I mean, I've only met you once, but um you feel like a very low pressure person to be around. And especially if we're in a place where, joy is hard to access, being able to come as you are matters so much. It matters so much. Um, so thank you for that. Um,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I also regarding art that doesn't necessarily resonate with us. I said something along those lines yesterday. I went to see a play that was written, directed, performed, tech, all that was by grad students. And I told the folks I went with, I was like, whether or not we like it, it's gonna be good. I think that's something more of us need to, I don't know, keep in mind what we can get out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like this may feel self-explanatory, but but why are we focusing on queer joy here?
Yeah, I think well, as queer people, as trans, as our trans allies and friends, anyone in the broad LGBTQ plus umbrella knows we are in a time where we are facing a lot of different oppressive forces from the current administration. Um, and that kind of like blanket of doom that seems to like hang over us, can be tempting to just kind of like collapse underneath. And so this is how we resist that. You know, these systems that oppress us want us to be tired. They want us to be exhausted. They want us to not connect to each other. Because that's how they win. When you don't have the energy to fight, it makes the winning much easier. So why queer joy? To fill our souls, to remind us that there's so much worth living and fighting for, and that starts with connecting with each other. So I'm just hoping to connect with other people for whom this matters, be you an ally or part of the community. You are welcome in this space, and hopefully we'll just raise each other up a bit.
I think that's it's important too to, you know, reach out to one's community specifically. Like I maybe can't speak to an outside experience, but I know where I stand with my people. It's
Hmm.
important. I think it's special.
Yeah.
Um, and so I know that this is a generative workshop. I'm trying to phrase this like a question, but it's really just an assumption. That the prompts, the tools that you use to help us generate work will probably be something we can use again later.
Yes, 100%. And everyone will get a packet which will have more material in it than we will probably get through. So, in addition to reusing some of the prompts that you encounter during the session, you'll leave with like a little treasure chest of goodies to turn to afterwards.
I just realized that I've seen the packet and I got so happy.
Yes, you have. You have
Um,
gotten a sneak peek.
yeah, with that in mind, I want to say that it is so fantastic and everyone should trust me. Is there anything else you want to add? I'm really excited about this workshop. I feel like it's something that I really, really need. It's an instructor who I trust and whose work I like I trust you as an instructor, but I also trust you like with my feelings.
Mhm.
Because Writing classes can be really vulnerable, totally unexpectedly, and I just have to keep that in mind when I take them. Um, so yeah, so that's why I'm excited. But is there anything else you want to add for someone who's maybe on the fence?
Yeah, I love that you said that about feelings because I do think, especially in writing and generative spaces where you might be asked to share something or invited to, you won't be required. It can feel really like, oof, big feelings can come up. And my experience has been that um, people are usually really supportive of that. And I feel pretty confident that this group will be supportive as well. I will be supporting you if you are one of those people who starts crying. Like, let the tears go. Um, and two, I would just say if you're someone who doesn't feel like you're a poet or poetry is necessarily like a genre you feel super comfortable in, these prompts are pretty adaptable. So you could do like some flash nonfiction or even think about it in terms of fictional terms. So whatever kind of writer you are, I think this is a workshop that you can find your way into if you're at all curious about what we're going to get into.
Yeah, I always add a caveat at the end of anything I do. It's like write what comes. Doesn't have to
Exactly.
be,
There's no
metered or whatever.
expectation. Yeah, no expectation that you're gonna like have finished beautiful poems at the end of 2 hours. Like you'll have some seedlings and they'll turn into whatever they turn into.
Some people do though.
They do. It is amazing.
So rude.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's I don't want to give away the workshop, so I'm gonna cut us off, leaving folks wanting more. But thank you so much for hanging out, for giving this little preview of the workshop. And yeah, I'll see you on November 8th.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you.